Hi everyone, it's Ray here from Man City Fan TV. I'm at the tram stop right now. I'm on my way to Manchester from Paris. I really hope it's not as hot in Manchester as it is in Paris. It's been about 31, 32 degrees over the last few days, and it really is oppressive and not very comfortable. And fingers crossed we get the nice grey cloudy skies and a little bit of rain in Manchester. Today I want to talk briefly about the upcoming friendly pre-season tour game against Liverpool over in New York in the early hours. I think it starts at something ridiculous like 1 o'clock in the morning for us. I'm not sure I'm going to watch it yet, depending on how tired I am from my travel, and I've got a big day's work tomorrow. But I just want to give some thoughts as to who I want to see play and a little bit about playing Liverpool again. We'll start off with that. It's not a revenge game for us. It's just a pre-season friendly. It doesn't really matter in the overall scheme of things. And yes, the Scousers and the deluded fans all over the world would get excited if they beat us, and they carry on this ridiculous rivalry that they seem to want to create, thinking that they beat us, and they keep repeating that they beat us 3 times last season and it was such a big deal. And yeah, we can just simply say, well, we won the league. We did what was required. We overall we won a trophy. We did what mattered. Sadly, we didn't get through in the Champions League tie, but so be it. You win some, you lose some. But we were really happy we won the Premier League title and got a trophy. So it is what it is. So yeah, I'll let them crow if they win. I'm not bothered if we win or lose. If you remember last season, I think the first pre-season game we lost 2-0 to United, and hey, we won the league with a storming 100 points. And as I said before, I don't think that will ever be achieved again. Certainly not in a hurry, and certainly not by anybody else but Manchester City. So pre-season game, who do I want to see play? Goalie, I'm not really bothered. It'd be nice to see one of the kids get a run out. I'm interested to see if some of our new kids get a chance, like the little lad Gomez that we bought from PSG. Right, I'm on the bus now, next stage of my trip. In this part of the video I want to talk about who I want to see play tonight. I think I want to see a mixture of 3 different groups of players. I want to see the kids again, the ones who are breaking into the first team squad. I want to see some of the established players, and I want to see some of the new kids that a lot of you have not even heard of. And so I'll start with the established players. I want to see Riyad Mahrez play again, see how he develops playing with the team again, although there weren't that many first teamers last time. I'd like to see how he gets on with it. Hopefully we can have Bernardo Silva, I think he's in the States now, and Benjamin Mendy. So maybe if they're fit enough they can have a few minutes run out. That'd be really nice. Some of the kids that are on the fringes, who are just breaking into the first team squad, like Phil Foden, Lucas Demetra and Brahim Diaz. Now, I really want to see them play again. I want to see them get more involved in the game, actually affect it a lot more than the Dortmund game. I don't think any of them had great games. Yes, they're only kids, 17, 18, 19 years old, whatever. But if they want to develop and push for places in the first team squad, places on the bench, and even starting in the starting 11, they're going to have to develop very quickly and show what they've got. I think that's going to have to be, as I said, very quick, because you've only got a few games to impress. I think we've only got 2 more on tour in America, maybe 1 more pre-season game, I think in Dublin. Can't honestly remember everything. So the lads haven't got that much time to impress. A few weeks before the start of the season. And very soon City will be deciding who stays with the first team squad and who goes out on loan. So I think Phil Foden's going to stay anyway. I think he's good enough to stay, but I think he has to show a lot more. Brahim Diaz, there's talk of him possibly not staying and going out on loan. He doesn't really want that. He wants to stay. He wants to develop under Pep, because I think he possibly, players feel if you go away you won't come back. I mean, who's gone away on loan and come back to play for City? I don't think you'll find anybody. So I'm sure of it. So I don't think Brahim Diaz wants to leave. He wants to stay and prove himself. But I think what he's going to do, he can't try to do too much. I think he's too eager to show his talents and showcase himself. I think he needs to relax a little bit, keep things a little bit more simple. You can't try and take, you just cannot try and take 3 or 4 guys on every time. It's just not going to happen, and you're actually going to look quite poor. I think it's far better to do it now and again and surprise them. But I see he's doing it too much and maybe having too many shots or too many dribbles. He's just got to find the right balance between the simple pass and trying to take people on and impress. I think, as I said, if he just does the simple things, his quality will show through it. He'll shine, and we'll see the qualities and the dribbling ability and the way to beat people, leaving them on the backsides that we've seen for many years with Brahim. If you go and look at some YouTube videos, you'll have seen that he's been doing it for so many years. So I just want him to relax and carry on doing that. Lucas Nemecha, yeah, just carry on, batter people, knock him around. He's a big, strong lad. And I hope he gets a chance. I hope he plays a team game. I think in the last game, I think Mahrez played him a nice pass, and I really would have liked to seen him either do a back heel so Mahrez had a chance to shoot, or a shot across the keeper, which could have, the keeper could have parried and someone else could have tapped it in, rather than, I think, his tame shot at the near post. So I think he needs to, to think a bit more about what's the right thing to do at the right time. And the last group I want to see is some of the new kids, some of the new signings, 17, 18-year-olds. You might see my video recently about Claudio Gomez, very talented young kid, a very tenacious tackler, defensive midfielder. But if you watch some YouTube videos and if you talk to PSG fans, he's a little bit more talented than that. So he's not just a defensive midfielder, he can create a bit. And I think that's why he's also compared very favourably to N'Golo Kante. It's not just his short stature, but I think he's got the pace, he's got that nip about him, very good defensive midfielder, but he can also create a pass and he can run with the ball as well, so he could end up being anything. And he's only just turned 18, he was only allowed to sign for City on the 23rd of July, which was his 18th birthday. FIFA declared that, so I really want to see him play and see if he's as good as people suggest he is. Another kid I really want to see play, if he gets his chance, is Adrian Benabe. I think if you look on his Instagram account, he's called Adrian Benabe, so some people are calling him Adrian. I think his actual name is Adrian. I don't know which he prefers, but I'll stick to Adrian for the time being. Now, he's a 17-year-old kid. He's just turned 17 a couple of months back in May, and we nabbed him from La Masia, from Barcelona, and I think they're upset to lose him. But I think by all accounts we've got a really decent player here. He's a midfielder, an attacking midfielder. I think he can play up front as well, but he's down his class as an attacking midfielder. I really want to see him play as well, just to see what all the fuss is about, because he's another one who's been said to be really, really good. And as I said, Barcelona were really not happy to lose him. It's very hard for them to, for a lot of teams, to keep their academy prospects, because teams from other countries come along, speak to the agent, offer them decent signing on fees, decent contracts or whatever, and take them away. And we've lost Jadon Sancho that way to Dortmund. It looks like we might lose the under-17 World Cup winning captain Latter Baudier to potentially to Dortmund again. I think he's a very good friend of Jadon Sancho, and he's apparently not signing a new contract. So there's worries with him. So yeah, it happens all over Europe, and yeah, the team that loses the player, they're upset because they've lost somebody that could be worth 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 million pounds, who knows. I mean, the way transfer fees are going, could be anything, and you can lose them for just a small tribunal settlement, might be a few £100,000. So but it'd be nice to see him get a run out and have a game. And some of the other academy kids that have been with us for a while, I'd like to see, I think it's Luke Bolton, if I've got his name right. I think he plays a right wing. I think last game he played as a right back. Very tough for him to do that, but I like the way Pep is playing people out of position to see if they're adaptable, to see if they're flexible, and just to see what they're about. If you remember last season, I think he played Phil Foden at left back, I think in the Champions League game. So I think he struggled, but you'll find out what people are about by playing in the wrong position, and to see, as I said, if they're adaptable. I'd like to see Luke Bolton play a little bit further forward, and to see what he's about and see what in his preferred or right position what he can do. I'd like to see Eric Garcia again. I liked the little bit that I saw of him in the last game. He looked like he's got a bit of pace, a bit of composure. He's another youngster, about 18 years old, something like that. I'm not so interested in some of the people that might be on the way. Sadly, Joe Hart, it might be worth giving him a few minutes, but it doesn't really make any big difference to City's next season. Jason Denier, he's probably going to leave, sold to Besiktas or somebody else. I'm not that bothered if he plays. It's good for him if he gets a few minutes, but I'd rather see somebody play who's got a potential future at the club. So let's see how it goes. Fingers crossed. Everybody comes back uninjured. Good run out for the lads. Result doesn't matter. If you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please guys, we do need your support. We're having a fantastic run at the moment. I'm hoping that that's related to the videos we're putting out and people are liking the content they see. If you hit the bell icon, you can get notified as soon as new videos come out. We're putting out content every day, 1 or 2 videos every day at the moment, and we want to keep on with this quality content for all our viewers and subscribers. And remember, everybody who subscribed to the YouTube account by the time of the Arsenal game, the first game of the season, first league game of the season, will be entered into a free prize draw, and there will be a fantastic City related prize for the winner. See you around, Blues.